Or the sombrero.
Should have. Hopefully these microphones are working, so you guys have to tell us. We are back. We haven't been live in forever, and it's Saturday night, so here we are. Let's see.
It?
Yeah, it's Saturday night.
Saturday night. Can you hear us out there? My phone's.
We're trying a new location in our living room. You can see that Wanda and Otis are joining us tonight. So who knows how that's going to go.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be on this couch at some point in time. So get ready for that. We had a big day.
I'm coming. I got to turn my Wi-Fi off.
There it goes.
Mine was stopped. Mine was locked up. If you was on there, I didn't know it. All right, hold on. We got to get the phones working.
Yeah. I don't need the sound on.
All right, there's my ugly butt. This is like MTV DJs. We got the couch out tonight.
Yeah.
Trying something different, all right?
We have a theory.
I had a big idea about different locations, trucks in the background, settings and stuff, but we won't be able to do if I'm talking too loud, it's because I'm not used to having a microphone. We wanted to
hopefully they're working.
We wanted to have a place we could do this regular. And we want a place where our 100,000th YouTube banner will go when we get it. We're a long ways away. We're only 91,000 away, so it's within reach. And here we are. Tales from the couch.
Tim Davis, tell Timmy hello. My first comment tonight. My favorite people. Here we are.
Greatest name on the internet.
Jason Anderson, how are you and Brenda tonight? Hopefully resting. I know you guys work hard all week.
We had a big day. A lot of people are friends with me on Facebook, so you see our actions as we go. We don't usually keep a secret. Our dogs are wondering what's going on.
Wanda's comfortable with it. I don't know if you can see her.
That's a pretty good place right there.
She's got a perfect footrest.
Welcome to the live, Wanda. I don't think they could see her.
I don't know if they can.
Yeah, we've had a big day. Why does Tim have the coolest living room in the world? So this used to be a bluegrass music dance hall, and my grandpa played poker in here and stuff. Actually, where my son's bedroom is.
Tim's parents got married here.
She decorates it. She goes through my stuff and decorates it.
The barn's looking naked after the Dick Banjo build and all the stuff I've taken from it. So
I'm gonna have to reload, start antique shopping.
I know. Again. I'm itching to.
Yeah. So we've been on the side of the road today. We've been on a strap. We went to a swap meet. Everybody's complaining about the swap meet, but I'll be honest with you, it was 98 degrees yesterday, and the news told everybody it was going to thunderstorm today, and it never rained more than a cupful.
You can't believe the weather. We tell you guys that all the time.
So we decided we'd get up early because we're waiting on radiator hose for Dick Banjo. We're waiting on one single piece. It was
supposed to be here yesterday.
So I said, let's go.
Not here yesterday.
Let's go to the swap meet and get a corn dog at least. I'm looking for a butterfly scoop blower scoop. So we head up there in the old Army truck, K3062 diesel, most reliable vehicle we own. And we go up there and we do our thing. We see a few friends. We bought a few things. We got a 1935 truck license plate for Dick Banjo.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's like where you're from, but they're pretty lenient around here on running extra tags and stuff. But we're still going to run the Dick Banjo, but we'll just put that tag on her somewhere. So,
right. I want to say hi to some people here. I know you're talking a lot, but Randy, hello, Randy. How are you, buddy?
Todd Johnson, that old country store. That is a neat store. Their prices are a little sporadic, but I like the store. Found me another Axis foot millionaire today.
Yeah.
$5. Vlog, I'll get to that in a minute. It's going to take me a second to describe to you what's going on. I was AJ Dean. Looked like he went on a big cruise today with all his buddies.
Gordon, I filmed some bikes for you today, buddy. Even gave you a little call out. You'll see that on the Wednesday video. We had some adventures today.
I about bought that bike and I should have.
Chromed one. I loved that.
It was a $100 bill. I should have bought that.
I know. I loved it.
You don't ever cry over spilled milk. I didn't buy it. So
what's up, Martin?
You talk to the people I'll explain the 3 axles.
Hi, Pat.
You talk to
the
new people. So Vlog, here's the deal with the 3 axles.
Mark.
It's hard to do. It's hard to drive that 3rd axle. It's real hard to drive that 3rd axle with no money. So I'm going to give you the quick rundown. If you take an MP205 and an MP200 and you take parts from the MP200, put in the MP205, you create a transfer case with dual rear drives but no front drive. I need four-wheel drive because I'm building a functional four-wheel drive vehicle. So that was always the main goal, was front drive shaft, transfer case, power in the rear. Let's go to the show and let's get it done, and then let's figure it out. My new plan is to build a second Richard guitar, and it'll be a simplified version for burnout contest. That'll be two-wheel drive, no front drive axle, but dual rear drive axles, and we'll just annihilate four tires because some of these burnout competitions are paying in the thousands.
And we would love to do that. It'd be so fun.
Yeah. So
Nikki, hi,
we're trying to
Nikki.
bring more action to the show. I used to derby, but I don't want to mess with building derby cars and breaking my neck again. I'm pretty wild, so if I go derbying, I'm going to get hurt. I used to trailer race. I would love to stock car race, but I don't want to look like Kenny Rogers in six-pack out there with all my boys helping me. So some burnouts would be fun at these car shows that we see people at and stuff. We're trying to have a vehicle for every show. We want to go to van shows. We want to go to Redneck Rumble. We want to go to lowrider shows. We want to go to LS Fest.
We want to do it all.
So, and we're doing it on a real low budget.
Yeah.
So our cool vehicles are actually what I drive.
Yeah.
So if they're cool, that's cool. But if they're reliable, that's even better. So
the dogs are going to get going. We're going to have to yell at them. Stop. Wanda.
We live with King Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah, she's 100 pounds.
I told you. I told
40.
her to put you guys in your
house. He told me put them up, but I said no.
They're going to get us in trouble
Look.
for Hey,
she's a dinosaur.
Stop.
She just sounds loud. Don't worry about her.
I'll get you some potato chips if you stop. But anyways,
let's say hi. Okay, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Tank. Who else have I missed? You said hi to Vlog, Matt, Twisted Angle. Jim and Cindy. Let's see. Wingland. That's cool.
It's Saturday night, man. It's hopping tonight.
This is what we do.
We broke down today. So I hope that answered your question. Dick Banjo's not going to have a third drive. Get out of here, pups.
You guys are going to have to go lay down.
There is room in there between the axle and the bed. I can do it, and I should do it. But that rear axle, a friend of mine, Doug, gave it to me, and he told me that it needed work. So it wouldn't spin or nothing. It's a Dana 70. I said, no problem. He gave it to me for free. I come home. I tried to get the drums off. I had to do a blacksmith job to get the drums off. Still wouldn't turn. I took the gear out of it. Pinion still wouldn't turn. So I cut the axles off the flanges, and I greased the wheel bearings like a trailer. I just greased them, stuck them in there, put the flanges back on. It's open. I might put a goldfish and a plexiglass cover in there for the show. But I don't want to kill the goldfish, so I may not. But
I mean, like a
that was a long explanation, but that's what I needed to say. We broke down today. I was getting to that.
Yes.
We left the swap meet. I spent $25, which I ain't mad about that, but I should have bought that bike. That way I could pedal around in front of Gordon. And we're getting off the highway.
Coming home.
I got 35s on it, and it's a 6.2 Army truck. So we're running 68 or 70. We get off the highway, and it just shuts off. So I have to throw it neutral, and we have to. It's one of those where cars are getting on as you're getting off. And so I had to use every bit of momentum to do traffic maneuvers with it not running. And we got up out of the way a little bit, but you're never out of the way on the highway. And thankfully, we live in a technologically. You said it. So I said, we better. I tried to hit the obviouses, check the batteries, check everything. I had an adjustable wrench is all I had. And I made a Facebook post. And right away, Stephen Wildman, he bought some parts off of Elwood when we was turning in the C50. Man, he was there within 10 minutes. He pulls in his Cummins mega cab, toolboxes on the side. He gets out a 20-foot strap. He takes us 2 miles, 3 miles up the road to the gas station.
It's okay. It's okay.
Is this real? Come on in.
You just need to get turned around. There.
Sit down.
There we go.
All right, now that's better.
There.
So
Otis will be here in just a second.
I was so thirsty, and he got us up to the gas station. He had to go to a football game. This dude pulls out a zip bag with voltage testers and screwdrivers and strippers and dikes, zip ties. And then he hands me a whole, I'm going to have to go take it back to him tomorrow. He hands me a whole big giant toolbox and says, here you go, man, I got to go. It was like a highway Jesus.
Yeah,
man.
It was like a little angel popped up and dragged us where we needed to go, gave us what we needed to get going. It was awesome.
So me and him were talking, and I was like, it's hot. It had 25 volts. This is awkward. Across two batteries. So I ended up taking the column out. You'll see it on the video. I talk too much, but you go watch it anyway, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we got it going. I stripped a piece of jumper cable and made a hop, run it through the door, through the vent window, into the motor, put it under the battery cable. We even stopped and ate lunch. I took the ignition switch off the top of the column and got it down there where I was just like a thief in a TV show. Whatnot.
It was funny.
When they hit those wires together in a TV show, that's not real. It's harder than that. It takes a little while to steal a car with a collar.
The black girl's Wanda. She's Pitbull.
Nobody ever sees Wanda.
Nobody ever sees Wanda because she don't like to leave the house. We don't usually film anything in the house because we're always outside. So
What'd she weigh? 92 pounds?
94.
Yeah, she's a big cat.
She's actually younger than Otis.
They didn't come here to see you guys.
They did though, apparently.
Where you going?
They're not being camera shy today.
Where you going?
Quit. They're getting aggravated.
I'm babysitting. I ain't been able to see any comments.
Getting aggravated.
You talk while I go look what my friends are saying.
Well, so when we were coming off the highway, it just like stopped completely.
Got good legs. I was an electrician for 30 years, man. These legs have been up and down ladders, knee surgeries. It's bad. I rock them, though. I look like Magnum P.I., don't I, Dave?
Oh, gosh, Kim. I couldn't have 3 of them that big. She is a moose. We like die of her. As you can see, she gets right in the middle of everybody all the time. If she can make it in our bedroom, which they're not allowed in the bed, we let them on the couch, but not in the beds. And if she can make it in our bedroom before I get in there, she gets immediate in my spot, and like you have to bribe her to get down. It's hilarious.
Jim Bevins is watching.
I know. I said hi to him.
I was talking. Jim Bevins. I hope within like the next year, and maybe even we plan something like before next turkey run or something next year. I got a ramp truck. I already got Cummins in it and stuff, and I'm gonna have big stacks, and I want to put flamethrowers in it. It'd be neat to work together to do that. Yes. I'll probably burn my hair off.
Oh my gosh.
I look like one of those guys on fire, but he'll teach me how to do it safely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's the man.
I want to shoot flames with Jim Bevins is what I'm saying. If you guys you go on Facebook, check out Bevins Garage, dude. He's got a truck shoots flames. He's probably got them higher since we seen him at Daytona, but he said like 80, 90, or 100 feet.
I've never seen anything like it when we've seen it in real life.
He's sitting there with his levers.
I know.
He's right under it.
Like, honestly, I was watching Jim's face just as much as I was watching the flames and being amazed because his face is like just as amazed as mine. He's the one doing it.
Twisted Angle got flamethrowers on his car. Do you know Jim Bevins, Twisted Angle? Or are you from up?
I don't know where
rat
they're from.
stock way. There's a lot of rat routers up out that way.
I know. We don't have that a lot.
There ain't no rat routers around here where I live.
Not really. And when we see them at shows, like when we go, like today, we've seen a couple, but it's it's rare around here, really. So.
Yeah, I'm 6'3", Tim Davis. I got shorter.
Yes, the Daytona Turkey Run. We went last year in the C50. We drove it there. It was freezing cold, no heater. We drove. We made it, and we drove it home, no problem, and had a great time. So we have high hopes and plans to go this year as well, and hopefully trailer down Dick Banjo.
So in case no one's heard, rat stock is in 3 weeks, and we haven't even drove it yet. It runs, it starts, it moves, it's ready to drive. I could drive it right now, but I don't have any coolant in it because I'm waiting on. You can buy radiator hose, marine grade radiator hose by the foot. And I'm waiting on 25 foot. And it was in Cincinnati at the post office 2 or 3 days ago. And it didn't show up today. So it's probably not going to be here till Tuesday. So if we don't have everything ready to go, we're just stupid, I guess, by Tuesday. So we got old dog in here. Huh?
I know she's
joined right up.
Listen, this may be what we've been missing.
We're taking donations to feed her.
Yeah.
We don't like a lot of money for our parts and stuff, but if you like her dog and if you like a little money to feed her, send us some.
She eats a lot.
Yeah. What's next? So also while I'm talking about cool stuff, AJ Dean, a new real good friend of ours, and we've met a bunch of his buddies. They got a daggone old gas station over in Indiana, and we want to get over there and see that. Yeah. I've been meeting so many people. Michael Voltall.
Yeah.
No, this dude, Voltall's interesting.
I have a funny story to say
I don't know if I know
that.
him good enough yet just to call him Voltall. But Voltall's interesting, dude.
That's what we call him when golly.
Get that thing out of my face.
That's what we call him when we're talking about him, so we know who we're talking about. But
I call him Bad Voltall.
Yeah.
He actually, this is a true story. I met him at Beatersville, and then we did some dealings. Nice. And he was just here the other day passing through. And he seems like a real good guy. I hung out with him down at Cave City. They shot a daggone pretty good pilot about him. And they were chasing trucks, doing exactly what like me and Corey and Adam and everybody does. He went out west chasing trucks. He had a Cummins crew cab Chevy. And the pilot, me and her watched it. And,
it was impressive.
I think it was like pre-COVID or during COVID.
I would have watched his show.
And he says Bad Chad got picked over him. Man, I'd have watched him over Bad Chad.
I would have too.
So I'm only just watching Bad Chad learn how to make money.
Well, my funny story is that we keep a close eye on our barn at all times, and I seen a van down there, and I knew Tim had just run to the store and everything was open, so I hopped on the mule and went down there, and it was Michael Votal, but I didn't know at first who it was, but then I pulled up and figured it out, and he had his little dog Stitch with him, which was the cutest. He was so cute, and immediately I fell in love with him. And when I drove away, Tim got there and was talking to him. And when I drove away, I thought, I could have just got kidnapped so easy. Like this white van pulled up, and I just rolled up and saw the dog and got so excited.
Yeah. Yeah, a little sweet-looking little dog.
It was so cute.
Our dogs are fighting at our feet.
Yeah, they could probably see it. Oh, she might puke on us, it sounded like.
Go lay down.
It's hard to breathe when you're that heavy.
Go lay down. He's a cattle dog, so
we don't know, Corey, if we're going to rod run. We don't know. If we do, it's gonna be a drive down there. And
here's what I want.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're going. We're going. You know we're going. I think we get in the van and get out at the middle of the night and haul ass down there, and we wake up with the crowd, and then we haul ass home. We don't drink, so
no Dick Banjo.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, the world don't get to see Dick Banjo till Rat Stock.
Wait, are we spending the night?
We got a van, bro.
Oh yeah.
We'll sleep right in the van. We got We'll get right in it. Got tinted windows. We'll crack the church. It got ashtrays.
Oh Lord.
Got ashtrays on the back of the seat.
We don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, she's thinking hotel room 380.
I was.
Nope, we'll pull in next to Corey Wheat's little shit camper.
Yeah.
And we'll sleep right next to that.
That ain't a bad idea.
What we're going to talk about. I wrecked Dick Banjo. I come out of the garage, my first big official drive. Well, not the official drive, but the farthest I went, I ran into the excavator, tore some wood off the back. It'll be all right.
Amy, I don't think I said hi to you yet. I've been loving them pictures on Facebook. Oh my gosh.
Dick Banjo will not be at the Rod Run. So here's why. We're still waiting on parts. So as soon as those parts get here, I'm full dedicated. I got to put a clutch in our hauler. I got to get the trailer ready. We got to get tools ready. We got to get ourselves ready. I only got 18 days. So it's going to be like football training.
Yeah. When
her son gets on the bus, we're going to go out and take little drives with her following me with a strap and tools. Go out, come back. Go out, come back. And we're going to keep doing that. They just announced the drive, and we haven't talked to anybody since, live since they've announced the official drive.
Yeah, we haven't done a live in a few weeks.
And we haven't really, I don't think we went live. Yeah, I think we were live since they announced Billy Lane. But Billy Lane is the 5th, I think 5th. They said 5, so I know he's 5th.
one of 5 judges.
And he's motorcycle builder, Indian Larry's friend from way back, on TV, on Discovery. Everybody knew Billy Lane if they watched TV. He's still around. He's still healthy. He's still building. He's going to be the judge. We got to leave Langley, Illinois. Never been there. On Friday, like 9 a.m., and everyone heads to Northern Tool in Iowa to be judged, okay? So you got to drive there to be judged, right? Sounds easy. And then drive back. Well, we've never drove a mile. And we have a shack. I've screwed it like a hurricane. I feel like it'll go down the road good, but what's it going to do on the trailer? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I got a lot to figure out.
We got a lot of testing to do within the next 18 days. So like
I may put it on the trailer tomorrow and do some driving with it. I don't know. I got a lot to do. I got to order a clutch. So every day, luckily it hasn't really rained.
We haven't gone live and told anything about your clutch yet either. So the clutch on the C50 is pretty much out.
The clutch in the C50 won't disengage when it warms up smoothly. I put new hydraulics on it, and that didn't fix it. If you go out here right now and get in it to leave, it'll act fine. 4 miles down the road, when you let out the clutch, it fully grabs.
It'll throw you through the dash if you ain't ready.
It'll launch
like it feels
like it could break a cab mount off. And it'll stall like it just deadheads. It just dumps the clutch on itself real quick. So I just put a new transmission in it, and the clutch was fine. Maybe it wasn't. Going back in, man. I'm like that song, No Time. I got no time. But I'm not sweating it because I thrive under pressure.
Yeah, we're making it.
This is my job.
All right, quit gnawing on me. Okay. It's too much. There's slobber. Go lay down. Everybody go lay down.
Sit up here and look cute.
Oh, jeez, the stretch.
Come on.
She's coming.
Get up here.
Come on. Get up. No.
Oh. See? They didn't come here to watch.
This is real life. Like,
this is silly.
This is real life what we deal with. You guys don't see any of this ever, but like when we're like at the house, which we never
filmed.
We
need smaller dogs. Brian Beatty, y'all did a good job on Dick Banjo. Thanks a lot, Brian. Hope to run into you someday. You're a big fan. AJ Dean, that'd be cool to come to the gas station. We want to come to the gas station, and I don't know when. Hopefully before it gets too cold. And check you guys out, do a little tour.
Oh, gosh, yes.
I'm trying to get Corey Wheat to let me help him dig his koi pond.
Yeah, for Koi Wheat.
I know they got
Enterprises.
I know they got a backhoe and everything, but I just want to see him, and I want to go over there.
We're trying to make excuses to hang out with them, not at a show, because we're all always distracted at shows, and we just love hanging out with them.
I want to donate my time to Koi
Wheat. Enterprises.
Okay.
Let's call it Enterprises.
That's what I'm wanting to do. So, Corey, I know you're not watching this. You're probably out dragging an international home somewhere right now. But
oh my gosh, shop truck.
Corey bought a truck today. I haven't even talked to him, but you know he did.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Tune in Wednesday. You're going to see another truck. I'm jealous.
I love them. That's so funny.
Let's see. Tim Davis, the way to take Tim White van with free rat rod parts. Yeah, that van's a beast, man. I've been digging the little ditches around here, and I use it. I hook trailer to it. Trailer lights work. I've been pulling my trencher around on an 18-foot car trailer. We went to Gatlinburg in that thing.
Hauled a truck home.
Yeah.
It did a round trip in one day to Gatlinburg. No problem.
Seen something you wouldn't believe today. The truck we went to Gatlinburg and got from my dad when he brought it home.
Oh, this was so sweet.
He didn't test drive it because it was pouring rain and they were on their motorcycle. And the guy he bought it from lived on $1 million plantation overlooking the whole Gatlinburg Valley. So the guy seemed real trustworthy. So my dad gave him a deposit. We went back and got the truck, put it on the trailer. I didn't even drive it. That's how we buy things. So we get it home, and my dad took it for a drive. I still haven't drove it other than on the trailer. It's his truck. He took it for a drive, and he said when you would turn, the wheels would squeal. And the tie rods were bottomed out. So he's been down there in his barn.
Tinkering away for a few weeks now.
Yeah. He put a new bar on it and tie rods, and He pulled in here tonight, him and my mom and their dog.
Oh, it was
He
cute.
looked like
I pulled
Sam.
in behind him.
He looked like Sam Walton.
I was like, are they all in there? Oh my gosh. And they have such a cute dog, Sadie.
It's like-
Oh, it was adorable
It
to
was
see.
like Jacques and Ellie pulling in
It was Jacques and Ellie. Oh my gosh, you're right.
with a big poodle. Gear
I
Jammer
wish
likes
he-
the dog the best. So do we.
We do too. I wish he would have had his cowboy hat on when they pulled in.
So, Amy, the Rod Run and something we've never been to, the Redneck Rumble, is within driving distance of each other. A lot of people probably go Friday to one, Saturday to the other. Man, we're missing out on a lot of things. But this build off to me and her has been it's been a really big build up.
So it's not just about the build itself. It's like so many goals have been accomplished and so much focus has stayed in play. Like there's not been any time that we've lost focus on this or that we haven't moved forward with this to try to complete it by this time and make it everything that we could make it within the rules and,
So our
do
theory,
the best thing we could.
Our theory within the rules was labor didn't count, right? 5,000 perceived value, labor didn't count. And now that a lot more cars, we'll get into this. Let's go down this road real quick.
All right.
Let me back up. I feel like I got about 400 hands to shake when we get up there. I feel like I've met so many people through Facebook building up to this that it's going to be so much to absorb. I've seen drone footage of what it was like last year. We're camping. We got a 40-foot trailer. We got a C50. We're going to be set up.
This is an adventure.
We're going to be trying to camp in our Buildoff car, so I don't know how that'll work, but wherever it's parked is where we'll lay in it with our feet hanging out. And so now that a lot of cars are popping up and getting done, and then there's some chatter. So there's like unwritten rules, and one of the rules was no drama. So build what you want. If you don't think you got a chance to win and you want to show off, build what you want. If you ain't got the money to build what everybody thinks is cool, build what you want. Always be yourself. Build what you can afford. Well, I had a motor. I had an axle. I traded wheels for another axle, made $200. I wheeled and dealed. I did what a rat rodder would do. I looked over here. I looked over there. I had metal. I had decorations. I had a tree that fell in my yard. I had a buddy that we give him all of our woodwork in our campground. When we need a tree cut, we hire him. He just does it. We pay him. I go to his house with a log. He cuts it up. Thanks, buddy. Anyone with a friend can get that deal. That didn't cost me nothing. The wood didn't cost me nothing. The metal didn't cost me nothing. I bought a bag of screws for a metal roof. Well, was that $28? I had all the saws. I've always been able to do carpentry work. I've built my own barns and built everything. And so having the campground, having all that stuff just laying around, it cleaned our yard up.
Yeah.
This truck has cleaned up, and it wasn't that bad, but a pile of metal and a log laying with weeds growing around it. Let's cut that up. And that's what we're going to sleep on. That's what's on our roof. I don't know how much more rat rod you can get to that.
We've poured everything into it.
I took the 35 frame, and everybody was like, you should just build a rectangle frame. And I'm like, I don't think that has a lot of soul. That's a Henry Ford curved 35 Ford truck frame. So I used that. I 14-degree sectioned it, 14-inch sectioned it, flattened it. I got a brace in there stronger than a Imperial frame. I built my own frame. Like, come on, man. And it's all scrap metal at 50 cents a pound. So the rear axle don't even have a gear in it. And there's chatter about the tires. The tires was always a safety concern. They don't want to ever, no one has ever mentioned anything about being unsafe in anything. They were like, safety won't go against your budget.
So tires don't go against your budget. Seat belts don't go against your budget.
Have good brakes.
Have good brakes. Like all of that was things that was said in the very beginning that wouldn't count against you.
Yep. Tires. Fancy rims will go against you, but tires for the most part wouldn't, right? Remember that. Tires don't go against the budget.
Right.
So a rat rod guy, I build everything, so I'm not a rat rod guy. I just build everything. You use what you got laying around. And when we got that K30 through a trade, it had those on it. We drove it for a year like that until they started waving, and they're half tread boggers. They're half tread boggers. Get on Marketplace. I can find half tread boggers right now for $500. The front tires I paid $100 for, but I guess those are stock tires. So so I'm not in any drama. I'm having fun. I want to go there and meet everybody. One guy's wanting to be able to buy everybody's car. You're weird.
That is a weird thing.
Yeah, just shut up about buying somebody.
Like,
you ain't buying my car.
It's not for sale.
For one, I don't even have $5,000. And I'll be honest with y'all, the reason the parts are taking so long to get here is because I had to wait to be able to buy them.
Yeah.
So
that's just reality.
I don't have $5,000 in mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've taken 9 months to do this.
The only new parts I bought is a $300 clutch, $300 headers, and everything else is the brakes are all new. But you'd be a fool not to.
Yeah.
So I've had my hands on every inch of that car. There's no high dollar. You're not going to look at my car and see a high dollar piece. I got stock camshaft, big block Chevy. If you don't have a big block Chevy, you're not very cool anyway, I think.
Right.
Everybody should have either Cummins or big block Chevy.
What's up, Wayne? I see you on there.
I'm not ranting.
It's not a rant.
We're just getting close, so everybody's heating up. Todd Johnson got about 30,000 miles on his car. He's driving around. He's driving around looking at
Todd's worldwide.
Yeah, done been on TikTok.
Yeah.
Music videos. Todd's driving around Kentucky looking at cows, laughing at me. I ain't even drove mine, and Forrester drove it, I wrecked it.
So here's the deal on the other channel, Nikki. I have not really felt like I've had anything to film of myself because everything I'm filming that I'm doing is really related to the other channel. So I still want to do it. But yeah, you want some t-shirt cutting tips? I can do that. And I was actually thinking today, like, I should start doing some videos of me, like, cooking food. I'm real good at that. People might not know how to cook that good, and I can show them. No problem. I can cook anything.
Ghostly Productions, he runs a Glock. He ain't carrying no 38. And he wants us into oncoming traffic. I've done that. That ain't no big deal.
Somebody walked into oncoming traffic, but we were the drivers today.
Yeah. You know what is a pet peeve of mine?
What?
When you wave somebody on and then they wave you on. Like, I took time out of my life to be nice. And then you redacted it and waved me on. That happened to us today at swap meet. Here we are in the Army truck. We're cruising along 1 mile an hour. Some old dude, older than me, no offense, he just steps right into the gravel while probably his son, probably my age, sees us and stops. Well, I stop. Got 4-wheel disc brakes, so it stops. Well, their heads nod down, and I wave them on, and they wave me on. And then they stand there for a while. So I start to go, and then they start to walk. And then my truck broke down. It's a wonder I held it together.
He really did so good. He's a changed man.
Let me talk to you about breaking down. I want to talk to you about breaking down.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because a lot of people don't break down. And when you break down, you have to be able to, I learned this from Merlin, you have to slow yourself down.
Yeah, because I think everyone gets a sense of panic immediate.
Usually you're drunk.
Wow. Not me.
Used to. I would have been.
Not me.
That's why I don't drink now. It's fine, man. I tell you what, nothing feels more powerful than being broke down on the side of the highway, dead sober, with no empties. This is awesome. This is great. I should have done this 20 years ago. But anyways, when you break down, it just died. So the starter didn't go bad. The injection pump didn't go bad if it won't crank. It wouldn't do anything. So slow yourself down. Figure out where you're at. Guys are listening for fuel pumps and stuff. You guys know everybody knows. Most of the people who watch our channel knows. But if you don't know, get off the road and take a deep breath. I watched Sleeper Dude. He's the smartest guy I've ever seen. And he was panicking on the side of the highway in a motorhome. He took a claw hammer and ripped the floor out and tried to put a fuel pump in there.
That was intense. I've never seen anybody do that. That was wild.
And then he said his wife and kids, like, they were out in the middle of the plains, and he ended up selling that thing and driving a rental car home. But
yeah,
some things you can't fix. But your injection pump goes out, I don't care how good you are, you're not going to fix that. But if it just shuts off going down the road, you should be able to. You'll see in the video. I checked to see if we had 20.
Yeah.
Always take your best wrench and put it across the terminals to see if you got good battery.
Something I thought of today when we were experiencing all of that is that, you know, I thought as soon as it happened, and I was like, why did it shut off? And I immediately grabbed the camera and started filming. And it reminded me of Merlin being like, get the camera out. Because I would never do that before, you know. I'd be like, oh gosh, what's happening? And then not get the camera out till later. But now.
When Merlin breaks down in the Model A, he gets the camera out. He don't pop the hood or nothing. He gets himself out and he gets the camera out. He says, well, here we are.
Yeah.
And man, that did something for me. Like when I seen that,
it's not that big of a deal. You know, you feel like it's a huge deal. And I mean, obviously you want to be somewhere that you're safe, but it's not that big of a deal.
When he got his camera out and changed batteries in his GoPro before he ever popped the hood in his Model A, I knew that dude was serious. And I knew that he knew that he was going to fix it, and he didn't panic, dude. And he said, here we are, here's what's happening. But within minutes, he had it going, and nobody else was even in their cars, and off he went. So that did something to me, like just believe in yourself. If you're half a mechanic, believe in yourself, because nobody else out there is going to help you. I was standing there with jumper cables. People was just driving by. People in square body Chevys with
nobody, not one person was going to stop at all.
I do look pretty. I am kind of ugly and wild looking. I wouldn't stop either.
So when we did get towed to the little gas station, we got ourselves something to drink. I went and got some pretzels.
A Diet Mountain Dew will really, and wash your hands. That'll really change your outlook on the situation.
We went back out there, and he started working on it. I had a nice little place to sit. It wasn't raining. The temperature was nice. I had a little snack and an icy, and I knew he was going to fix it.
Backup plan. There was a golf course and a restaurant.
Yeah.
And we could go in there and eat while we wait on somebody to come get us because we was about an hour from home.
Yeah, it was an ideal situation, but he fixed it and we made it, and it was a fun adventure. We went straight to lunch after that.
We pulled into the nicest restaurant in Xenia and backed in with all the nice electric cars and all the dudes with their cigars. And I left the joke. I had to get underneath my dash and turn it off. Army truck. They probably think I painted it myself while I was going hunting.
Look at these hunters.
Yeah, that's the other thing. People don't realize that's a real Army truck. These one kids, they were like, cool truck, man. Did you paint it yourself? I'm like, no, that's real, man. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, that's what the Army used. It even says it in the door, property of U.S. Army. Younger people know Hummers. That's what
they're not familiar with what
Hummers replaced
military vehicles looked like back then, you know.
So what we got next? I don't think anybody's that budget thing. Don't worry about that. There's judges. And I seen some things, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." But then, the more I thought about it, build what you want to build, man. There's no reason to sell.
At the end of the day, everybody's built an awesome car. Everybody has met the deadline, like they, wanted to meet the deadline. Some of these people, they just use the deadline to push them to get it done, which is awesome, So, who cares? We're just in it to have a great time, and we've built one of the coolest things you could imagine. Otis is. Get away from the camera.
Is he going to knock it over?
Look at him. Look at it shaking.
Dang, shake right. He's hurting you.
He's wanting to go out.
I'm trying to read some of these comments.
He's wanting to go out.
No, he just needs to go lay down. Twisted Angle Garage has a black dog like Wanda. Best comment so far is they like my legs and not hers. That's best comment so far. I feel like an MTV disc jockey on this couch.
You
remember that?
No.
Studs. You remember that show Studs, or them girls would try to pick up the guy, or the guys would try to pick up the girls?
No, but I probably watched it. I just don't remember.
It was like dating show.
There's a lot of information in my brain.
Here's something new.
Yeah, look at this. This just came. Got us a little information board.
Can they see it good?
Yeah, they can see it decent.
I'll give you 10 seconds.
Oh, boy. I don't know if it'll be backwards to him or not, but it's pretty sweet. We have one of those for the C50. So we decided we need to get another one made.
We'll be doing that to the judges, like the pizza guy. Hey, Billy Lane, look at that, Billy Lane.
Randy said that I think he said his brother or something is good friends with Billy. That's awesome,
We might have
Randy.
to take his brother with us.
Yeah, my brother's good friend. That's
We'll be standing there
freaking
with all
awesome,
Billy
Randy.
Lane's friends. It's going to be a good time.
It is going to be so fun.
So I haven't seen very many cars. There's even a separate page, kind of like a private page for judges and builders, but I haven't seen 50 cars. There's either a lot of guys keeping secrets or
I feel like I've seen more builds on the original page than the private page.
There's a hard time. Hard times are going on too. That's a reality too. It's hard to build.
That is a reality.
I understand that. It's hard to build a car. All of my other projects have just sat while I'm doing this, and I'll be glad to get that over with because we're just going to lay into it. We're going to rebuild that black square body quick. We got some 3/4 ton axles for the black square body. My son's truck. I'm going to buy maybe a 2-inch lift kit, and we're just going to. We don't build half tons. I was going to leave it a half ton, but the ball joints are bad. I'm not fixing that. I'm taking the half tons out, putting a 2.5-inch lift under it, new U-bolts, new brakes, 8-lug axles. We'll show you all that. We have 3 small block Chevys. We're going to do a wheel start on all 3 of them. And the best one of those that runs the best, we're going to put in Wyatt's truck. We've almost got enough engines for everything around here.
Yeah.
We've got a motorhome out back with a 454 and a turbo big gas 400, 475, whatever's in it. That'll probably become our burnout funny car. We got a lot coming, man. We got a lot coming. It's just we got to get through this.
Yeah.
This is a big competition.
18 days, man.
When I heard the word nationwide Buildoff, that puckered me up a little bit.
Yeah, really, honestly, I hadn't thought of it that way. National title is what they said. That's what really threw me for a different perspective.
Leland says Corey has some trucks and other units here that Corey bought. Set something up to come out and get them. Nebraska? Yeah, is that those ones? Yeah, I told him a long time ago that we should go out and get them. I would have went with him.
Yeah.
I was going to drive that 2-wheel drive black truck, hook a truck up and go. Wyatt's truck is looking great too. It is. We haven't had a lot of time. We got to get back on that.
Right.
So it's all coming. No excuses. Just stuff to do.
It's just we're just trying to tell you, what's in line. Really, I mean, there's plenty. That's for sure. There's plenty.
I had some old Easy Riders magazines from like the 70s and 80s, and she took some of the usable pictures out of them and got them up on the ceiling. Dick Banjo's a pervert. Got that up on there.
He likes motorcycles.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple boobies.
We're running out of time on T-shirts just because we're broke, so we'll update you on that. We're broke because we got to buy so many gosh dang parts, man. I got to buy. I could buy a hell of a lot of T-shirts with the clutch money I'm getting ready to spend.
Yes.
And then tomorrow's my birthday, so everything I own needs tags.
Yeah, that's fun.
I just don't tag some things to save money.
Well, I mean,
so far it's worked. What else?
I don't know. Let me think. I'm trying to read comments.
I'm trying to think what kind of chaos we're going to create next. We got our. If you're watching this and you don't know, we're going to do it in a giveaway. Initially, I said we're going to give away a winch, and then I thought it may be hard to ship a winch, but we're doing a $300 giveaway. All you got to do is subscribe right now. That's all you got to do.
Yep.
You don't have to enter. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to go nowhere.
Nope.
You hit subscribe right now, and on October 31st at midnight will be the end of that. However many subscribers we have
that
at 11:59:59 on Halloween, we're going to stop that, and we'll do another giveaway probably immediately. But we got to stop that then, and then
we'll get all of your names on a generator, and it'll randomly draw your name, and you're going to get a gift card for $300. So you can choose to buy a winch if you'd like to buy a winch, or you can choose to buy whatever you want to spend the $300 on.
Unless you want to pay the shipping on the winch or whatever. I don't even know. There's Harbor Freights anywhere.
Yeah.
We'll mail you a card. You walk in there with your card, get a coupon, get a better deal.
Yeah.
It's $300 giveaway. We're not sponsored by Harbor Freight or anything. They're not affiliated with this giveaway.
No.
We just like to go there and shop, and that's what we're going to give away.
Yeah.
I like their 12,000-pound winches. That's where the initial thought came from. Was, hey, we'll give somebody a winch. So that's the truth, and we're people of our word. There's a giveaway, and who wins it will win $300. And then the next giveaway, every single person will automatically be entered again.
Yeah.
If you're subscribed.
Yeah.
Even the people who missed out on the first one, you'll just be in the next one.
Yeah.
You'll always be in a small giveaway. If we ever do a big giveaway where we sell T-shirts and everything, I got a weird idea I'm going to run by you for merchandise. I don't want to sell T-shirts. I want to sell hoodies and give away T-shirts. Tell me if you think that's something you would do. We would have our guy Mike make nice hoodies with our stuff on there, and it would be a set price. You basically receive a box in the mail with a hoodie, a T-shirt, and a sticker, right? The sticker would be random, but the shirts would be your size. And we don't want to sell T-shirts. We want to sell a hoodie.
Yeah.
And you get the T-shirt for free.
Right.
Does that make sense? It would probably be like,
and it would be a random T-shirt. So, like, it would be one of our shirts, but it would be a random T-shirt.
In your size.
Right. The sweatshirt and the T-shirt have to be the same size, and you don't know what the T-shirt's going to be. So that's like a mystery.
Yeah. So if you went on our site, if we do this, you would just buy a large. You just buy a large. And then there may be options on the hoodie, colors or cuts, but that's something we're thinking about doing just to simplify the process of getting our shirts out there. We're more interested in getting our shirts out there and being seen. Last year we was at Rod Run, and she said, "Look at that guy's got a piece of grease shirt on." He was my buddy, but it still gave us a thrill,
cool,
you know.
And I didn't know it was him until later. I was like, "Oh gosh, it was Adam." Not that I didn't love seeing Adam wear the shirt, but like I thought it was a stranger.
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get things going. We had some quick growth up front, and it kind of got us feeling like the stuff was easy. All right, and like we had some connections at the beginning, and our page jumped up. Well, like in the last year, we've got like 3,000 in the last year compared to the first 6,000 that we got pretty quick. So we kind of thought that this was going to be easy, and it is easy because we're just filming ourselves doing what we do.
Yeah, and it's what we enjoy.
We would have never entered this contest if we weren't more into the scene. And it works out that we film content and we allow people to see it. Some people have kept their builds secretly, but I've kept mine out there, every aspect of it. If any judge or anybody wants to see anything of mine, hey, become a fan.
There's a whole playlist. You can watch every video.
Maybe one of the judges wins the winch and y'all cry like son of a bitches because I rigged it. I don't care. The best baseball I ever seen was Barry Bonds. I mean, you got to cheat a little bit, you know. There ain't nobody winning no demolition derbies if they ain't cheating. And when you tell me that tires don't count against the budget, I take that as what I heard. You can run tractor tires on your thing. You can put 4 tractor tires on it. So, and, you know, you don't make up rules after when we're a couple weeks away.
No.
I don't care if I don't. This isn't the only show we're taking this car to. This isn't like you light a match to it and it's over. We're going to take this thing everywhere.
Yeah.
We got a 36-foot trailer, and whatever room Dick leaves, we're going to put something else on there, and we're going. So it means a lot more to us. And then that way, when we hear people saying, well, everybody should sell their car there, F you. This is a lifetime build. I've got artifacts hanging in my camper that was at my grandpa's childhood home in Jackson, Kentucky.
Yeah, his homestead.
Mine's not for sale.
Not for sale, bruh.
And it would take a substantial amount way after we marketed this thing, and go camp in it and go see the Grand Canyon in it and actually drive something that no one thinks that you should drive long distances.
Right.
Then maybe it'll be for sale, you know, but I can't see myself wanting to get rid of that. You would have to come up after I win that contest and give me $100,000. That's the other thing. None of them were supposed to be for sale before the contest. So to even be talking about people should sell their car, you're just creating drama, and that was the number one thing. They don't want drama.
First rule stated was, do not create drama.
It's going to run people off. It's going to make people who aren't done or they don't have the extra energy or inspiration to finish because they're seeing these quality rides and then they're seeing somebody say, that's 50,000. That's 50,000. I haven't seen $50,000 in the last 3 years of my life. I do. I don't know whose build you're talking about. I've seen some nice stuff, and probably the one he's talking about, I've actually seen the guy say that he don't really care. He's out to have a good time with his friends. And that changed my attitude on that vehicle. Hey, man, do your thing.
Yeah.
And that guy is well known. He's not going to build a jalopy. That'd go against his own values to build a jalopy. And when this started and I got that Cummins, I told her, I said, I'm going to build it with the Cummins. And I'm going to go in there knowing that they're going to know I'm over budget because I can't hardly go against my grain. I want to put the Cummins in it, and I want to have a stack coming out of the roof with smoke. And I just knew I wouldn't stand a chance at all of winning. I might get some recognition, but I think being four-wheel drive and everything, to put a Cummins in it and make it four-wheel drive without a oil pan and not having the ability to spend money on the right transmission and transfer case, that limited that. I think we made the right decision, honestly. That 4-speed and transfer case looks radical in there. We're going to be riding it. It's cast iron. They last under your truck. If our legs get hot, we'll scoot them over. If it gets too uncomfortable, we'll pull over and stretch. If it breaks down, I'll fix it. So that's no big deal. I mean, I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I do too. I have no worries.
Now they want to,
I know. I'm going to have to. I have to let them out.
So
Brad to the Bone says all his family's from Jackson. I'll be back. I got to take these dogs out. Come on.
Brad to the Bone. Jackson, Kentucky. My grandpa's family was from Jackson. What, my Dry Branch? Is that what my dad called it that day?
No, it was something real weird. Crooked Branch, maybe, or
yeah,
I don't know.
I went down there when I was a kid.
He said it's not a real road anymore.
My grandpa was actually the mailman, and he rode a mule around. Like, everyone heard their stories like, oh, back in my day. Well, he was actually that guy. And my grandpa lived such a rough life that he said he was going to leave the holler and never come back. So he went to a trade school for electric. And then he worked on the 3C, core highway building and bridge building and living in camps and stuff. And then he went off to World War II, joined the Navy, and was a mechanic and stuff and electrician and all that. So all my family came from Kentucky up. That's what people north of Cincinnati, most of their families from down there, seems like. The Johnsons. I don't know anybody from down there really because we never went down there. He left and he never went back. So we just went down there and visited one time. Leland, keep your builds and enjoy them for a while. You're right. Lemon Fab, you're not far from me. I'm in Kansas working on the 64 Rambler. Tim Davis, he always has his shirt on when I see him. Dave's going to paint his car. We're supposed to be painting that big blue Chevy, but hopefully the weather holds out when we get done with all this. We can start chopping away at the builds. And what else? I was trying to think of something else. But anyways. Randy, you keep jamming too. Brad to the Bone. I ain't never I don't know anybody down there that good. My other family's from they made a TV show about my grandma's family called American Holler, and they were the Bowlings, and they were from Leslie County, Perry County, Hazard, and the people in the show. It was like 20 years ago. They made this documentary, and they all lived like on ginseng and government assistance and stuff. But that was my grandma's second cousin, so that was pretty neat. I always wanted to get down there and see them. Dark Angel, hello from Kentucky. We go through Kentucky more than any state. So the problem is we're always just on the highway. And then when we went on power tour, we was actually cruising the beautiful back roads of Kentucky. It's fascinating, to be honest with you. Kentucky's the state that more people should get off the highway and enjoy, like Tennessee. You see some really neat stuff out there. Kentucky's really beautiful, and you don't, unless you get really back in the hole, you don't see too much hardcore poverty like they really show you on TV.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's down there, but that's it. It's anywhere too. So, John, he says hello from Kentucky. He talked to us briefly at Shop Truck Gathering. Tim Davis needs us up north. We'll go up north and regulate. I come into Akron, Tim Davis, I'll get hard. They won't even know. They won't know me. One time I had some friends and I ended up.
What's up, Matt?
One time I had some friends and I ended up in a place where I'd never been. It was kind of like this little ghetto. I forget. It was like down outside of Cincinnati or Kentucky. And,
Covington?
It was in Kentucky, man, but it was on the darker side of town. You know, I'm not, but I was cool. That's who my buddy was. That's who I was hanging out with. But I was the only white guy. And we went to play basketball, and they all called me Larry Bird.
Oh, man.
And I wasn't that good. They was being nice. Everybody was being cool. But, you know, they was trash talking. And every time they'd throw me the ball, somebody would be like, shoot the ball, Larry Bird. That's a lot of stress, man, because you ain't making them threes like Larry Bird. So that's who I was. I was Larry Bird.
That's so funny.
Yeah. What stories do you got?
Well, I don't have any basketball stories, really. I used to play a lot of basketball with my cousins that don't talk to me no more. So
you could probably beat them at basketball.
Every time. That's probably why they don't talk to me.
Yeah, they're probably watching.
I hope so. I hope they're having a great night tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't see them at the swap meet today. I always look for a good family reunion, you know, to awkwardly walk by each other.
Yeah, when I see a lot of family too, we just don't know each other. Get out of my face, bro.
It's fine. I'm fine with it.
He was hot breathing me.
I know. I just was outside with both of them.
You guys are goofy, man. They don't know who we're talking to. That's
black and white picture. City of Dayton water truck is what that is.
That's neat.
It's real old and real cool. It says City Garage like on the brick building, and it's an old water truck.
I did a lot of electric work in an Antiques Village mall type thing, and I seen that and bought it. Here we are. Thank you.
Dave Lemon said your jorts made you jump higher. Larry Bird.
They do. They do. Yeah. No, I didn't have Jordans back in. My parents went by. I probably owned Reeboks.
Your jorts, your jean shorts, not your Jordans. Yeah, you probably had Reeboks.
I was probably wearing bicycle shorts, no top back in.
I feel the same way, Matt. When he asked me to tell a story, I almost did, and then I thought, oh, wait, I don't know what story I have.
What?
Matt says that he has his shipyard stories, but most those aren't repeatable on a family channel.
I got endless stories,
man.
Our
stories probably should be on a separate channel all their own, where we just sit around and tell stories, because I grew up, I had loving parents, but my dad was a wild card, and I've seen and lived some crazy things. It's a wonder I turned out normal. So whatever normal is, I guess. But we've both got some wild stories.
Yeah.
Cornbread is John Collins.
Oh,
we didn't know your name. Everybody's calling you Cornbread all weekend.
I always know somebody by their pickup truck.
Yeah.
Get off of me.
Me too.
She's rubbing her hind end on me,
She
man.
puts her big butthole on you, and you just got to jump away. It's outrageous. Like,
she'll use it like as stability.
Leverage or something. It's awful. It's awful.
She's looking you. Yeah, we're talking about you.
she's covered in Otis hair. Like, she doesn't shed at all, but Otis sheds a freaking blanket. Giant white pubes all over.
No, they're dark and they're like that.
Wow, she looks like she's got white ones all over.
All them truck drivers go in there. You know what I'm talking about? And they leave them big ones on the urinal, dude. It's gross.
I don't, because I don't go in there to the mids and see the big ones.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Big nut hair on the urinal. Will they demonetize us for saying nut hair?
I hope not.
Golly, man. You know? We got off topic.
If you guys, if we could not be filtered and actually talk about the stuff that is real life, you would love us even more.
Let's talk about something that came up today.
What?
Vibrating beds.
This did come up today.
When we were at the swap meet, there was
Wanda.
We was at the swap meet. There was this little 25-cent thing, and this guy was making a joke to his friend about, we could put this on, you could ride anything. And I was thinking, man, that reminds me of being in a motels and hotels as a kid. We would go traveling and stuff, and the vibrating bed.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Like, I don't know if you all remember that, but it was the thing.
Put a lot of thought into the vibrating bed. Like, it could have went 50-50, and then there was like some gray area. Like,
but you know
like,
what?
You've been on the road all day, and your back's hurting, and you've been trucking, and you just want to go in there and spread out, put your quarter in, and get shook.
Don't do that.
That's probably what they was thinking. That's probably what. Hey,
Wanda.
that was probably the commercials.
Yeah.
The salesman.
Well, yeah.
But the reality of it was probably some old prostitute in there riding.
Oh my God. Yeah. And we were laughing when we were talking about it. He's like, do you ever stay in one of those? And I was like, yeah, me and my cousins in Kentucky. Actually, we were going for a family reunion, and there was one in our hotel room. I remember we was fighting over taking turns.
The massage chairs are nice. They had those at our local mall, and I've sat in them, and they would work you.
Airport. That's my favorite part of the airport.
But a lot of people like having the boning on the chair.
Right. You're okay with that.
A bed in a hotel is kind of skeptical anyway. So,
yes.
Like Sammy says, that's sus.
Yeah.
And then to think back that they were especially directed towards boning on them.
Like, I remember my dad and his brother like cracking up that us kids were all like, oh my gosh, look at this bed, give me a quarter. Like, they were laughing so hard at us, but I didn't get why, you know, down until I was older.
One time my parents had us at a religious, we was at this place where we staying in these hotels, you know. We was on a church gathering. And man, I was probably 10 years old or something, and the hotel had the controller. And I forget how it was set up, but you could somehow I bought a XXX movie.
Got the HBO.
It must have just charged to the room, you know. Like, you didn't have to show no ID or
yeah, there's no credit card back there.
They're over there talking, and I'm over here messing with the controller like, God dang, I got porno. And this probably I hit buy
on the church trip.
Yeah. Bye. And it comes on, right? And they're shell shocked at first. It's like a fender bender. You're looking around.
What's going on?
Everyone freezes up, and they look over, and little Timmy's got the controller. It's an accident. It's an accident. Ah! I won't look. You know, and then you're like looking, and they were like, "Oh my God!" The unholy spirit attacked us all right there.
Right there in the hotel room.
Little Timmy hit bye.
Oh my!
I don't even know what it was about. Like in the storyline or nothing. I didn't check the storyline or nothing.
Well, no, you probably just seen a titty and clicked on it.
Yeah. It all happened so fast.
No different today.
It all happened so fast. I don't even remember. You know, but, I don't know. You all have done.
Oh yeah,
it's
funny to talk about stuff when you was a kid. That's
I had
funny.
an older sister, so I was always mischievous, sneaking around trying to do stuff.
You guys lay down, don't.
They're showing off.
I know.
You can't see them.
You can't see them; they're out of frame, but they're being
wild. You guys
wild.
ever see that movie White Fang as a kid, where them dogs are fighting?
That's the first movie I ever cried to.
They could come and film our dogs.
It's
a fight
true.
scene.
It's true.
It's the most gentle thing.
They don't even like.
Not one of them has ever bled, but all they do is fight.
They open their mouth and their teeth are just like touching gently to each other, and it sounds real growly.
You hear it? Sounds like
it's not
VA.
anything. It sounds real bad, but it's not. See, that's just how she sounds.
She's fixed and he's not, so there's no fear in that happening. Boo.
Oh, you
What?
come here. Stop, Wanda. Nobody.
She's acting extra rowdy.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
She
Oh
goes,
my. Oh my.
Attacked me.
Oh, my hands are full. Come on.
She ain't used to
Come
sit
on.
on the couch.
Oh
out.
gosh.
What if a balls is right on camera?
That would never happen. The only thing she mauls is any food that you drop in the floor. Oh God. Don't show her, Cooter. Thanks, Randy.
Randy gave $3.
Feed Wanda.
I'm gonna get pink
Butthole
eye, man.
Stop.
I might already have pink eye, double. I just stopped in to see what condition my conditions is in.
Oh my
I like
gosh.
to throw some musical quotes out there in my stuff just to see if anybody ever picks up on it.
Yeah, we love music. We're like real into music stuff. So.
Yeah.
Ow, sister.
The new one is I Got No Time. He said, who is that?
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I said it too fast, but I've been listening to it. He says, I got no time. I got myself some wings.
Found myself
He's
some
got
wings.
better things to do. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I should play the banjo.
Oh yeah, Corey gave his debut. I feel like yours would be better.
Ratstock's gonna be my debut.
I feel like yours
would
be better.
I'm gonna play Cripple Creek at Ratstock.
Oh yeah, that's Wanda, Matt. You must not been on here when she was up here with us earlier. She's just a little 94-pound baby. That's all. She's not even 2 yet. She'll be 2 this month. She's outrageous.
Did you think it was a bear coming to get me?
Big Lebowski is my favorite movie ever, Nikki.
So I tried to watch that one time, and like my parents were, I wasn't allowed to do wild stuff when I was little, and they say the F word in that one like 250 or 600 times or something. I couldn't watch it. Did we ever tell a story about the Columbia House free CDs? I turned 45 tomorrow, so I'm feeling nostalgic.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys ever have the Columbia House CDs where you could get
it was
for a
10
penny?
of them for a penny.
Yeah.
10 for a penny.
Yeah. So of course, don't have to be 18.
No.
So I tore mine out of the TV
Guide is where you got it.
I got me some Metallica, Kill 'Em All, and I got me some Ugly Kid Joe, I Hate Everything About You. I got some Alice in Chains, and man, I woke up one morning. My mom was sitting on the side of my bed, and she had all them CDs in her hand, and I knew I was in trouble, man. They was never mean to me, but I knew I was in trouble. So my mom was like, "Where'd you get these CDs at?" And I was like, "Columbia House." I ordered. Well, that locks you into some kind of membership too, where you got to spend a minimum amount of money.
Yeah. You gotta buy so many after that for sure.
So I promised to only buy more tasteful selections after that. No. It seemed like as long as they didn't come with parental advisory on the cover, I was good to go. She took all of my CDs out and threw them in the dumpster and got in her car and went to work. It was summer break. I just waited a little bit and I went out there and I got
She's gonna watch this.
I don't care. Statute of limitations is up on CD bad music. This is a 34-year-old story. I went out there and got all my CDs out, and I got the CDs out of the case, and I set the cases right back in the trash. Right? You gotta be good at it. And I was rocking. I rocked all day. She went to work, and I probably listened to Kill 'Em All and everything. Yeah. That's just being a teenager, man. I was rebelling.
You told me this something today about Tweety Bird because we seen that thing at the.
I always thought Tweety Bird was a pussy.
I wasn't gonna say it, but that is what he said. So that's what he said. Well, I also really didn't necessarily love Tweety Bird, and when I was like probably 9, 10 years old, my grandma got me, and it was Christmas time. She got me and my dad's girlfriend's daughter some pajamas, and we pre-opened our Christmas presents and seen that she'd give me Tweety Bird, and I didn't want Tweety Bird, so me and Megan swapped what was in our boxes, and we put the paper back on and put them under the tree, and then when we opened them at Christmas, my grandma obviously knew who she got what, and she was like, "Wait a minute," and we totally got busted, okay? And Megan threw me right under the bus. So at that point, Megan was nothing to me, and I got stuck with Tweety Bird pajamas. She made me switch them back.
We're not going to end yet, but I want to mention this so it don't get forgot. We're going to finish this live with her K Jewelers story.
Okay. It's not K Jewelers. It was K's Hallmark.
Bitch.
K's Hallmark in Lebanon. I don't know if that K is still alive, but she owes me big time. All right. I'll get worked up.
See how fired up she got?
Okay.
What was we talking about?
God dang. Tweety Bird, I had to switch pajamas.
Let me get back to Tweety Bird because I didn't want to get off Tweety Bird. if you're gonna put like mud flaps on your Jeep, or if you're gonna get like a jacket, or if you're gonna get for your car, why in the hell was you buying Tweety Bird ones? He was the weak. Is it a he or she?
Tweety Bird's a boy.
They don't ever say that. That was now that opens up a whole can of worms. But Tweety Bird, I don't know if he was a boy or a girl.
Yeah, he wore a blue bow tie.
I don't mean nothing.
It did back when we was kids.
Maybe you just didn't catch the hits.
All right.
Tweety Bird was a wimp. And that cat wasn't that bad. But Tweety Bird was more of like a narc. Like he would always narc out. Oh, that's that big cat. Like what made that make people want to get stickers and shirts of Tweety Bird? I'll tell you who's cool. The Rodriguezes.
Mm-hmm.
Them some bitches could party. Tweety Bird
love them.
Tweety Bird was always on cloud 9. He was in high gear, overdrive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Tweety Bird would have never hung with Speedy Gonzalez.
No.
Not the Rodriguezes, the Gonzalez
brothers. And
Slowpoke Gonzalez.
Rodriguez. He was Slowpoke Rodriguez and Speedy Gonzalez. They were cousins.
I got them crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you do with them Lindsays.
Slowpoke, he partied a different way than Speedy.
Yeah.
Speedy was in overdrive. Slowpoke was in granny low gear.
Yeah.
When Slowpoke come to town, he was so high that it was a liability to Speedy's whole operation. Speedy had to work twice as hard when Slowpoke come to town. Slowpoke would go after cheese. He'd go after stuff, and Speedy'd have to save his life.
Yeah, I know. I lived on that stuff. Definitely lived on it.
I watched a lot. If Sammy's watching cartoons, I try to watch old ones. But then you watch these old cartoons, and they're just as screwed up. I'll tell you what's a really screwed up cartoon is Popeye.
Mm-hmm.
Popeye's really messed up.
It really is.
The narrative of Popeye and Olive Oil and Bluto or Pluto, whichever, and then what was the kid's name? Popeye, the little
Sweet
kid?
Pea.
Sweet Pea. Whose kid was Sweet Pea? Well, you would assume it was Popeye's, but then here come Bluto, and he would run Popeye around. And then
Olive Oil went along with it. She was a rotten little slut.
She would one time. Bluto was bullying Popeye, and she was laughing at him. It's April Fools.
Yeah, April Fools. Screw you, B. I wouldn't be like that, you know. I didn't like that either.
So.
And then you try to tell me some spinach. I love spinach now, not canned spinach, fresh spinach.
I don't know. I won't eat spinach to save my life.
I love it.
Spinach I wouldn't save my life with no spinach, man.
Tim, Yosemite Sam. Okay, so when me and Tim dated, let's talk about this. When me and Tim dated when we was young, he still right now don't have no tattoos, okay? 0 tattoos on his body.
Back off.
45 years, no tattoos. That's amazing. But when we met, when we was young, he told me he wanted a tattoo of Yosemite Sam, and I thought, oh, God, is that for real?
I thought he was the baddest son of a bitch, man. He'd come in and he'd be shooting up off the ground.
Yeah.
And I was going to get me some more grass.
Yeah.
And I was going to get him up off the ground, shooting his guns off. Man.
Do you regret that? Or are you happy that you didn't do that?
Man.
That's a big life question. I regret every tattoo I have. I regret every one.
Yeah, I can't say. I don't know, man. It'd probably look like shit, little tiny
yeah.
little freaking Yosemite Sam. I mean, he's not even popular anymore.
No, people wouldn't even know who it was.
I almost got a pit bull tattooed on me once.
Don't do that.
They said they were too busy, which actually was the greatest thing that ever happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I know somebody with one. I wouldn't do that. Oh, God. Now she's going to come up here. Oh, gosh. This is outrageous. Oh, man. Can you guys believe we live this life?
He's like a raccoon dog having this. He's like, you ever had a raccoon pet?
Yeah, sometimes he's a honey badger, sometimes he's a raccoon.
He's about 93% housebroken.
He's 100% not relaxed ever. Quit, Wanda.
Whoa! Whoa!
She bit his little nuts. Yeah, he's born bobtail.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story she's gonna tell you the story. And watch the roll of motion come out in this. She's never mad at anybody, and she don't hold any grudges.
I do here.
And listen, tell her.
I wish I knew this lady's last name.
Take it away, Jim.
All right.
Ouch!
This is real life.
I burned down on my knees.
Real life trauma for me. Okay. I hope her family's out there. Wanda. Kay's Hallmark in Lebanon, right down there in Colony Square.
What year was it?
I was 5, so it was 1988. 1988. Kay's Hallmark in Lebanon, Colony Square, held a coloring contest for Easter. And I used to get my hair cut right across from Kay's, and that's where the movie theater was. So there I am with my dad down at the Colony Square, and I see in the window that they have a coloring contest, and I thought, well, I can do that. What are you going to win? And the prize was a giant Easter basket that had every Nintendo game that was out and available right then.
Sit down.
I just so happened to have a Nintendo, okay, which was a big deal in 1988. It was a big deal. My dad's friend got it for me. So I told my dad I need to enter that contest, so I did, and I got my little coloring sheet, and I vividly remember working my butt off on it, and I felt like I did amazing. And Easter morning, they called my house, and I was asleep in my waterbed with my pink velvet rails.
How old again was you?
5.
God dang.
Yeah.
Redhead too.
Yeah, real
Hard
ginger,
redhead.
real ginger.
Emotional.
Yeah, only child, okay? I want only girl in my family. Everybody else was boys, all right? I wanted this Nintendo game basket more than anything in my life, all right? So I entered this contest, and Easter morning, my mom comes in, and Otis wakes me up in my waterbed, and I open my eyes, and she said, guess what? And I said, what? She said, she's on our cordless phone that had, like, you know, the longest antenna. You won the coloring contest at the Hallmark. And I was like, no way. So happy. Like, I don't ever remember being this happy in my life.
You won the rat rod Buildoff. Psych.
Yeah. So she's like, get dressed. And she like gets me in my little Easter dress finest, my little ginger haircut and all my stuff. I go down here to the Hallmark, and we go in there, and the lady's like, oh, you did so good. And they've got my little picture hanging up and all the shit. And she says, here's your prize, and hands me a stuffed Crayola bunny that had on teal bibbed overalls with crayons all over it. I said, what's this? And she said, this is your prize. I said, what about all the Nintendo baskets? Or what about all the Nintendo games in that basket? That's the only reason I did this. And she said, that's the boy prize.
Probably had Donkey Kong. Probably had
everyone available is what was in there.
Too, where you get the water.
I hate that lady right now, like still for that. So she gave me a stupid stuffed bunny. I hate that lady.
What's her name?
Kay. She's probably dead. I feel like she was old.
You did her wrong, Kay.
Yeah. You owe me.
Was yours better than the boy winner?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's sexist.
Yeah, it was outrageous. Yeah, 1988 for sure. So she screwed me out of every freaking Nintendo game, and I can't stand her still to this day. So I hate that you guys had to see this side of me, but I honestly am.
Davis says she took that prize home to her own kids.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. She wasn't going to give it to nobody.
I say we go over and get it. We knock on her door and ask her.
Like, where's all the Nintendo games?
Some of her family's probably watching.
I hope.
Your grandma wasn't that good. She was mean.
Yeah, she was selfish old biddy. So, anyhow,
This is it.
I got to cook dinner, and our dogs are being wild, but we had fun. This is where we're going to be doing our lives from now on, hopefully. So
don't forget to subscribe.
Make sure you're subscribed, friends.
It don't cost nothing, and you're going to win something, maybe. Right now, you got a 1 in 9,000 chance, and that's not that bad.
That's not that bad. For $300, you never know. It's like winning the lottery.
Tim says your face was great. See, I wanted you to get that real emotion.
It's a real story, god dang it. That's real.
We'll never hear her talk bad about anybody, but that okay, lady.
You'll get me going over her real quick. That's true.
I hope like that lady didn't like come up missing or something, and then somebody sees this and they investigate.
I was 5.
Yeah,
okay.
When you was 25, you might have taken her
out. Oh yeah, right.
Kay got hit by a car.
Okay.
In Springboro.
Yeah.
In the middle of the road.
You know me, I could live with that kind of conscience. I feel guilty if I even am like anything. I have the guiltiest conscience.
I hit an old lady with a car once. I had a Mustang GT 5-speed, and I was sitting at a traffic light, and I was looking over talking to my buddy, and my foot must have been creeping off of the clutch a little bit, and she was walking across the walkway, and I rammed her a little bit.
I did bump into a Michigan fan at an Ohio State game once, but it wasn't like I was literally just creeping, and they were all wasted. There was a million people everywhere. It's not like I ran them over.
Leland agrees that it wasn't right. Everybody's on your side.
Yeah, it's not right.
Artificial intelligence would say commenters are reacting to Jennifer's loss.
It was outrageous.
They're saying that the lady was in the wrong and that she should have won every single Nintendo
My little ginger ass wanted to rip that rabbit's head off and shove it down her throat is how I felt, for real.
AI commented on my Facebook post about being broken down today and was right.
Yeah?
She said, this ain't word for word. Commenters are commenting on your post. Maybe check your fuel pump. Maybe check your fusible link. Maybe check this or that. With one commenter saying, maybe your ignition switch is bad. And I was like, that bitch knew that my ignition switch is bad. Artificial intelligence. I hope I got like a Jethro Bodine artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
One time I was talking to AI on Snapchat, and she banned me from talking to her. Because I was asking her stuff that no one's ever been able to answer for me. Like, what's a testicle look like? Or like, what does her testicle look like?
Oh my God.
Like, I'm going to quit talking to you now. And then I would go back and be like, are we okay yet? Yes, may I help you, Tim? Then I would ask her something real crazy, or him. I don't know. They say it's artificial, but somebody's got to be back here answering it the way I feel.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. We've probably all been chipped in our lives.
That's a lot of stories. We got a lot of stuff. People, what the lives do for us is, honestly, we didn't really realize people like to hear us talk so much. We was trying to, this is who we are. I talk a lot. I've always been a salesman, worked for myself, not a salesman, but I was self-employed, so I had to sell my talent.
I've always been a server, so I talk to everybody.
This might be our 300th video, 299 or 300.
We were so
We've been locked into being like robotic, like trying to build something that would impress people, but really just connecting with people ends up at the end of the day being the more valuable thing.
For sure.
If that makes any sense. I'm going to build what I'm building anyway without YouTube income, which is low. Everybody hopes to gain. So we appreciate everybody watching and everything. And we're going to try to loosen up a little bit. A good friend of mine watches, and he told me one time his kids watch. And they watch what their kids watch. They filter what their kids watch. So I've always kept that in mind, and I don't want to offend anybody. But this is kind of, I just say I don't have a filter. I just say what needs to be said a lot of times, and some people like me for it, some people don't like me for it, but that's just the way I am. And we don't want to create a fan base based on something that we're not.
Right, because when you meet us, if you ever meet us, we don't want to have to pretend like we're something we're not.
I want you to walk up to me, shake my hand, and then I'll talk to you just like this. And I don't want you to turn around and say, that guy's fake. You know, that guy waxes his eyebrows. That guy didn't have no armpit hair. I don't do none of that. We're just regular. We got an opportunity. We have friends. We've made friends, so we're locked in. We're moving forward with it all. And
Timmy, I'm proud of you for doing so good at school, buddy. I hope you're good for your dad and have fun this weekend.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I love to say hi to him. And I loved your necklace and your tattoos. You're the coolest kid ever. You and Sammy would have fun.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh, Tracy, yeah, we're checking out, but I'm saying hello. And then also, someone else said hi. Missed them.
Sonya says, now that you're all worked up, I hope you have a good night.
Listen, I get worked up for, well, god dang, I'm about to be 41. So all those years, every time I think about it, I get worked up.
So we can never tell you what to expect in a live. But I'm going to tell you what, if you have a chance to go live at Ratstock, if we're allowed to, we're going to try to do that. I don't know if we'll have signal, but we're going to have one hell of a fucking story to tell when we get back.
Yeah.
Meeting a hero, meeting friends who will become heroes, becoming someone's hero, going down the highway, listening to the music of your life while your tires are humming on something that you built. It's a powerful thing. Anyone who experiences it, keep doing it. If you're not, pick one thing and just stick with it and modify it to your liking. Always be yourself. Andy Griffin tells Opie this. Always be yourself no matter what. Don't ever change who you are for nobody. So that's my advice to everybody else. If your friends don't like you, find new friends. It's real simple. So
all right.
Peace and grease.
This was fun. We're done. We'll see you guys next time. How do I end it? Right there?